Okay, so let's go on a little bit of a ride here. I'm gonna take you at a couple different places. What you're gonna find out is Old Newport has been around as one of the commercial fishing empire destinations of the commercial fishing industry on the West Coast. This place has been around for a long time, and as you can see, it's a rather active place. Summertime, this place goes off the chain. There's nowhere to park anywhere along the way. Most of these people are down here buying product boat direct. There's a lot of different outlets up here, and we're gonna drive down through the waterfront district, the commercial side waterfront district, and I'll point out a few of the things that have been here for a long time. Of course, that's the parking lot. That's what we're coming on right here. That's the existing office for the port right now, but they're getting ready to build more. Of course, that's the gear storage yard I was showing you about, rather large. There's I don't know how many millions of dollars worth of fishing equipment sitting in there, but that stuff's highly prized, highly sought after. Those pots to buy or build those pots new nowadays, one crab pot is about 500 bucks, maybe a little bit more than that right now. Let's say 550 would be a good average. Okay, so nothing that you want to go losing, you know what I'm saying? You have to fish with that all the time. There's guys who've got this gear, and some of these gears have been fishing for years and years. They do have to be replaced. They will eventually wear out, but you know, as it goes, it's something that everybody seems. They got 500 pots per boat. Yeah, that's quite a bit of money stacked up in one spot, as you can see. As far as fishing gear goes, that's part of the equipment for this industry. It's not exactly what you call the cheapest industry to deal with, but the results, if you're a good fisherman, the results are really good. So down here, this blue building here is your first of multiple Pacific seafood locations running down this little strand here. And over here is where they pull up down there in front of that dock, and that's where they discharge when they're selling to the corporate giants. The Pak Choice Seafood is one of the biggest seafood businesses in the world. Its corporate headquarters are here in Oregon as well, and then these are their satellite locations, and there's several of them. You remember that show Ripley's Believe It or Not? Well, we've got a Ripley's Museum. It's been here for years and years. They recently just did a remodel on this building, new paint job, remodel all inside and out. But that's Ripley's Believe It or Not. Believe it or not, that's something. That thing's been here for years. I don't know. I got here in 1986, and it was here when I got here, so it's been around forever. It's quite an interesting place. So that's a brand new dock piece that they just put in for years. For years and years, that was just kind of a big empty hole. But they got that new dock piece put in a couple months ago, and you can see that they're going to have the cranes put in there as well. That'll be an addition to, I believe that's a new unload space for Pak Choice down here. So, and then these are all little walk-up shops and boutiques. There's bars and restaurants and that kind of stuff, and food and gifts, and long way to come to buy Chinese stuff at the coast. But hey, you know, whatever is what it is. That's an ice house right there. That facility right there, that's an old operational ice house right there, where they make shaved, blown ice for those boats that hold ice as their fish hold. So isn't that white building right there the same thing, different company? That's a shaved ice plant right there. Here's another one of the Pak Choice buildings. You'll see they're all color coded here. There's another one here, the Fish Peddlers is in there. And that you can either go in and use the restaurant, or it's a seafood market as well, walk up fresh seafood market. And so those commercial boats, they'll pull into any of these buildings, and they'll unload when they're over from the water side, obviously, but they'll unload at these buildings. And then these buildings have a factory processing floor in them where they process the catch that's brought in fresh out for I would say for distribution, but a lot of it's heading to a freezer somewhere. That's why it's different, the product that I do. Here's another one, this blue building right here. Here's another one of those pack choice. Those are, as I told you, those are fish totes. They'll load in fish in there. A lot of times it's shrimp. Shrimp season's coming up, so they're getting ready for the shrimp season, you know. But you can see there's quite a bit of history here. There's, you know, this is my asking you guys to be business partners, invest in the company. You can take a couple of different types of approach if you want to. Trust me, none of you folks are going to talk over my head when it comes to business. I have an advanced business degree and an advanced law degree as well. So if you are considering, probably what you ought to do is talk to me. That'd be a pretty smart thing. I'm pretty sure I can make you pretty comfortable with the setup. We are a licensed company. If and or when you need the you know, workings of our company, if you're considering taking a position, we will certainly provide all the information that you're going to ever possibly want or need. My wife and I have been in business for quite a while. You know, so we're not strangers to this.